Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. My name is Vineet. As Delhi's battle with this toxic air intensifies, we are going to take a deeper look at exactly what is going on and what is being planned to resolve it. Well, despite bans, meetings and plans, the air still remains toxic. The Commission for Air Quality Management has enforced Stage 3 restrictions of the Graded Response Action Plan, called GRAP, across the National Capital Region, bringing wide-ranging curbs on construction, vehicles and industrial operations. Under GRAP 3, all non-essential construction and demolition activities are prohibited, including earthwork, piling, open trenching, wheeling as well. Stone crushers and mining activities have been ordered shut until further notice as well. And on your screens is a comparison of the satellite imagery of the fires that took place around the national capital. The map on the left, as you can see, is from today, and on the right is from last week. It is visible that the fires have increased within just this week. Now on your screens is a comparison with the satellite imagery of a month back, and you can very clearly see the exponential difference between the fires. The fires seem to have spread and increased, and according to reports, Punjab has had 4,000 farm fires just in Punjab and over 360 in Haryana just since September. Next on your screens is a comparison between today and 1 year ago today. As you can see, there is still a major difference between the amount or number of fires in these regions. Let's talk about this and what can be done once again, and hoping that it will make a difference. Joining us on the platform is Padma Shri, Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, Chairman of Nephron Clinic, Dr. PSV Rao, Consultant Surgeon, Manipal Hospital, Kavita Ashok, environmentalist, also with us on the program. Last but by no means the least, Mr. Anil Sood, environmentalist, joins us on the program as well. Dr. Bagai, I'll begin with you. All right, feels like deja vu, but nevertheless, we are going to do it anyway. GRAP 3 has been enforced, sir. Children under the grades of 6th are going to be sitting at home and observing the hybrid model. A number of commercial activities, diesel cars have also been banned. In my experience, this is going to bring down the AQI, which is the air quality index, to mostly, down by 100 points. That is still not going to solve our problem. The average AQI will continue to be 300. I definitely feel, Dr. Bagai, that the premise of this entire GRAP activity or action plan that relates to GRAP is also skewed. It is just a face saver for the government. It does not get to the bottom of the problem, and we're going to continue to have this back and forth, this hide and seek with the the AQI and the GRAP for gradation time and again, and this is how our winters are going to be spent for the next few years until something concretely is done by the government. Dr. Bagai.
Good evening. I think at the present moment, Delhi NCR and other parts of northern India also are in a catastrophic situation medically. We can't push this underneath the carpet. It's staring at us right at our face. It's hurting us. It's hurting our pregnancies. It's hurting our next generation, the fetuses, the unborn fetuses, and indeed even newborns. Can you imagine, just to give you a statistical comparison, during COVID in 4 years, we have lost approximately 6.5 to 7 lakh precious lives in India. We are losing more than 30 lakh lives in India every year because of air pollution. That means the impact of air pollution year on year, and it's only increasing, it's 16 folds more than what COVID even in the second wave of Delta was in Delhi. As far as the statistics are concerned, we are losing approximately 9 to 10 years of our adult life because of pollution. We have almost a 2-fold increase in cardiorespiratory and metabolic acute mortality. Every increase of PM 2.5 by 22 notches, that means 22 micrograms per meter cube of air, is equivalent to smoking 1 cigarette. Last night in Delhi at approximately midnight, the Delhi AQI was close to 900 plus. That's equivalent to smoking 40 cigarettes a day. Within 15 minutes, the effect of this enters into our body. Within 2 to 4 days, you can actually be susceptible to either a stroke or a MI. It involves every body organ. I will not waste time describing each and every body organ, but some basic facts are that because of the hygroscopic physical nature of the PM 2.5 particles and PM5, there is also a concept now of the ultrafine particles, which is less than 1 micron. The particles aggregate. This is known as an aggregation factor. During winter months, because of relative humidity and moisture in the air, they aggregate and there is a 20% underestimation. So if we are running in Delhi 900 odd, that means very clearly it may be even 1100 or 1200 in reality. We are not counting the volatile organic compounds. We are not even talking about the ozone. We are not talking about the heavy metals. And we are not talking of the micro nanoplastics, which are equally harmful. Unfortunately for us, PM 2.5 latches on as piggy banks. It's called as a stamp paper effect with the heavy metals, and these become even more potent synergistic carcinogens. Every body organ, including the brain, heart, lungs, bone, fetus, pregnancies, stillbirths, premature deliveries, it damages your DNA. That means your DNA genes are being broken down more rapidly and very active inflammatory pathways are brought into the fore. We have literally lost this generation as far as air pollution is concerned. The effect of this lingers on in the body upwards of 20 years. So if we don't act now, year on year, we are only going to compound our miseries. The GRAP is just merely now a newspaper article or something which people listen to and say, oh, it's GRAP 2, it's GRAP 3, it's GRAP 4. It's so unfortunate that we as residents, we as citizens have learned to live with mediocrity as far as governance is concerned. The AAP government has failed Delhi for last 10 years. But we need a multi-state integrated plan. Delhi cannot work in a silo. We need Haryana, Punjab especially, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, all the neighboring states to work in unison to have a plan. You cannot have school children only being restricted in a hybrid model in GRAP 3. What we are considering is much higher level than what WHO recommendations are. That means our GRAP actually should be implemented at approximately 150 to 200 AQI and make sure that the small children, early morning fog, in the coolest part of the day, are not subjected to the winter cold, not subjected to such smoke, toxins, and various other pollutants. We must act now. I would request the Prime Minister, and I'm sure our voices will reach him, to act swiftly. If we can get the country together in COVID, why can't we get our country together to act synergistically, in unison, on a single platform to combat air pollution? We cannot get rid of air pollution, but I'm absolutely sure if our will and strategy is correct, we will be able to bring it down to a level in which air is indeed breathable. Thank you, Article 21.
All right, okay. Important message there from Dr. Bagai. Kavita Ashok, what is stopping the central government from convening a meeting with the stakeholders in Punjab, Haryana, and the surrounding states to figure this out? What is stopping them? The Environment Minister of India was also under heavy scrutiny because nobody had heard from him about what the action plan should have been. And just like Dr. Bagai enunciated, that the GRAP plan in India is starting from a value which far exceeds the normal values which are okay around the world. This entire way of dealing with pollution is skewed, it's criminal, and it's playing with the lives of hundreds of millions of people.
Absolutely rightly put together by Dr. Bagai. He's really discussed the health aspect of it. I totally feel as an environmentalist that the GRAP has been introduced very late in the day. And also the winter action plan came in pretty late. We could have worked on it from August onwards. Towards the beginning of September, things would have been put into place, and action and regulations should have about construction, vehicular pollution, stubble burning, everything should have been formatted in a manner that it was already implemented by the time the winter sets in. But we were late this year too, and so we are all bearing the brunt of it. Administration of the implementation of GRAP came in very late, and in fact 3 days back I was just thinking, why are we not introducing the GRAP 3, and it came in today. So I think we are already late, Vineet. But I also feel personally that see, air pollution is not only affecting our health. I'd like to bring in other aspects also. Look at the productivity of the people. It's going down. Schools are, if you're closing schools, or if you're shutting classes, or making children sit at home, the whole life, the whole system of schooling is failing here. Then offices, soon you will hear, as pollution is showing its horns to us, that offices will also be shut, work from home will begin. So life is coming to a standstill, and that is not what is expected from the capital of India, from the city that we all love to be here. Everyone came to Delhi with a dream. So what is happening now? We are not even getting our basic necessities, our fundamental rights of clean air and clean water. And besides, I think that air pollution is not just 2 days of crackers, as people just blame Diwali crackers. It is very deep rooted. It also has construction aspect to it. It also has parali aspect to it, which we should not ignore, because I've been seeing lately that a lot of people are not even touching stubble burning this time, and it's not fair, because a lot of interstate incompatibilities bringing about this solution of air pollution problem. Every state, our neighboring states, of Haryana, Rajasthan, even UP, Punjab, have to sit down together, and this has been happening for 10 years now. Vineet, you and me both have been here for 10 years talking about the same, talking about the same, talking about the same thing, but it's not happening. So I guess that it's high time that the Environmental Ministry, NGT, and Central Pollution Control Board has to see what has to be done, because we can't play with people, Delhiites' lives, and can't take it so lightly. So I think that winter action plan came in late, and let's just implement it really fast and really strict now. I don't know what we can do much, because I think we've already lost the game this year also. Whatever rules you put in now will not revert, reverse the AQI levels. I don't even think GRAP 3 can help us much now. We've already lost the game this year too.
All right. Okay. That sounds extremely dark, considering the fact that you're absolutely right. And Dr. Rao, going down that lane once again with you as well. Bangalore may have its own troubles, but people are moving out of Delhi. There has been exodus. At times even my social media is flooded with people who talk about the AQI levels. People who were doing well in Delhi, they were doing well in NCR, but for their health, or their children's health, or for their elderly parents, or just for the future, they decided to leave Delhi. Why isn't this a big enough reason for the government to move heaven and earth and fix this? And of course, let's not also forget about the tourism bit and India's image bit. If we plan to become developed by 2047 under Viksit Bharat, when are we thinking of starting that? Of course, we have to start from pollution. China overcame it. Why can't we? Dr. Rao?
Yes, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Yeah. I said good evening to you, to the panelists, and to the viewers. I had put out a 8-point plan when I wrote an article 2 weeks back in the Sunday Guardian, and I had pointed out some of the reasons why much of the Gangetic Plain, not only Delhi, but along the Gangetic Plain, you have this issue in winter. There is a geographical reason for it, and also the fact that the air, because of that, doesn't move there, and all these pollutants keep accumulating. And I had pointed out how the power station, there are 11 coal-fired electric power stations within 300 kilometers of Delhi. And you did mention about China got over it. One of the main things that China did was to shut down all the fuel-fired power stations and change them either to non-fossil fuel, or they just move them out. They also curtailed all chemical industries or all other air polluting industries, water polluting industries in crowded areas, and moved them off into less crowded areas. and also introduced end of pipe pollution control on all these industries, which is both the chimney pipe and the water outside. Then the other thing they did was they brought in an understanding between all the districts or states around Beijing, so that there was a cooperative plan in that. We as a democracy may have a different problem. They are able to enforce that, but we need to get everyone's cooperation, because it's not only Delhi, all the surrounding areas are also affected with this problem. Now, coming to the suggestions that I had made, one was that the power station in Delhi contributes 8% of the electricity, that is at Bhadarpur power station, and produces 90% of the pollution from electric energy sources. And major causes are well known. It is not only the burning in Punjab, and have detailed the reasons why this problem is peculiar to the crop in Punjab, Haryana, rather than here in South India. I don't think there is the time for me to again explain all those details, but what can be done is that one, as I mentioned, the power stations should be all coal powered, 11 power stations should be changed over or moved out. Second, they should reduce construction dust by using prefabricated structures and using barriers around all construction sites. Street dust can be reduced by having roads and pavements properly paved, greening of the area, and vacuum cleaning, so that you don't you drastically reduce street dust. Also, all trucks carrying sand, construction material, or garbage should be covered. They can't be open. And they should also start punitive taxes on fossil fuel vehicles and use that money to subsidize those vehicles which are on electric, all electric vehicles. And most important thing which China did was street to street public transport, so that you didn't have to go a long distance. You would have something, feeder line, which would take you from near your place of work or house to the nearest metro station, and from there you would travel. And frequent, so that also made a huge difference, that encouraged people to stop using their own vehicles and start using these. And so these are all various measures. I had also mentioned certain other measures which in the long term will help. And I had also said that we as a public should start pressurizing our governments to provide better governance, and start working on this on a year-long affair, not that when we are all getting smoked to death that they suddenly wake up and start doing some cloud seeding and spraying water on the roads. This has to be a long-term plan done on a mission mode and achieved. And the public can also contribute to it by ensuring that fallen dry leaves are not burnt.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. let me also rope in Mr. Anil Sood into this conversation. Mr. Sood, some valid pointers. It seems that we already know what is supposed to be done. You know, we have the solutions. We know what the other countries have done, but the implementation is where you know, the gap is. You know, what actually dumbfounds me.
Beneath, CAQM is nothing but shifting goalposts. Who are sitting in CAQM? Those at state level who are responsible for monitoring pollution. Now, if you go through the GRAP 1, 2, 3, 4, why those steps are to be taken while introducing GRAP? Why those steps cannot be taken in day-to-day routine life? Why we have to wait for the situation to go out of hand? Throughout year, pollution remains the same. Now, in the evening, from this time onwards till 7 o'clock in the morning, the pollution will spike up to, and it will go up to 900 and even 1000 also. Why? Because inverted temperature and inverted speed, because of reduction in temperature, surface becomes cooler, and the inverted shifting of pollution upward is not there. So pollution starts settling. As Professor Rao said, that thermal power plants are the major contributors to the pollution from upper atmosphere, which descends on the surface. Apart from this, as I had already shared in one of the interviews, discussions, that aviation is another major source of pollution. Nobody looks at that. And in fact, the CPCB wanted CSIR NEERI to say that aviation pollutes Delhi is to be contradicted. Again, thermal power plants, aviation, as railway wagons which are carrying coal in open wagons are another source of pollution, which nobody is talking about. We have destroyed systematically the capital city by cutting trees and converting it into concrete jungle. Consequently, in summer it's heat island, in winter it is cold island. Trees absorb all the dust particles, reduce the pollution on surface level, which are missing now. Again, public transport, Delhi required about 11,000 buses in 2007. It had 5,000 buses and all. Even today, Delhi requires 17,000 buses, but it has only again 5,000 buses. So people are forced to use personal transport. There is no choice. Metro last mile connectivity is not there. What do you do? Again, 2000 master plan postulated that non-essential offices from Delhi should be shifted out of Delhi and settled out somewhere else. With the technology having improved so fast, why every office has to be in Delhi? Why all the bureaucrats have to sit in Delhi? Why can't they be fanned out to the other cities and they can operate through, internet and web-based services, which are there now? It is not a new science now. So we lack as a nation vision. We have converted our cities to heat islands and concrete jungles by design. Otherwise, why don't you encourage business in helmet towns and satellite towns? Why don't you develop satellite towns? Why everybody has to be there in Delhi? Why similar employment opportunities cannot be provided outside Delhi? So these are big questions which require policy decisions, which require wisdom, which require vision, which is totally missing. I am sorry to say. Over to you.
You're absolutely right, sir. And we've run out of time, but I appreciate everybody who joined in and weighed in on this perennial problem that nobody seems on how to solve. We take a short break. We'll be right back.